start with, I don't know if this is an easy one, but Tanner, you have the mic. Tell us, what's your ideal coach and why?
I think for me the most important thing is communication. As long as you know where you stand with the guy, anywhere from what the forecheck is, or what time curfew is. It's all about communication. Someone that's open and upfront and honest with you is usually much easier to work with than someone who's not.
I guess, Brendan, same question for you.
Yeah, I think like Tanner touched on, I think just, your role with the team, everybody being on the same page, I think that's a big thing in this day and age. There's not too much differences in the first place team in the league versus the 30th place team in the league, skill levels and whatnot, and I think just everybody kind of buying into programs, and those usually start from day one in training camps, and obviously in the summertime training's so key with guys, and knowing what they need to improve on personally, and then being able to bring to the table when the season starts.
Ryan, I'll ask you, what's the one thing a coach has said to you that has stuck over the years? Maybe a piece of advice, words of wisdom, something like that.
I don't know if there's a specific thing, but I mean, it's like these guys have talked about. I mean, when coaches are talking to you and communicating with you, it definitely helps you out, know where you stand, and you know what to expect from them. So I don't know if there's one thing in particular, but when you have a good dialogue with your coach, you definitely feel more comfortable and confident in the team.
Brendan, there's a lot of talk today about players maybe being a little different than in the olden days. Would you say that guys are entitled, more educated? How would you put your finger on it? Because obviously back in the day, a coach more like a military general would just tell people what to do. There seems to be a little bit more give and take.
Yeah, I think, like you said, in this day and age, there's so many resources that us players can use. It's almost like a 12-month a year. I don't want to call it a job because I think we all love what we do, but there's nutritionists, there's your coaching staff, there's skating coaches, shooting coaches. I mean, there's so many different things you can use, and I think for us as players, if we're not using those things to our advantage to get better and kind of take the next steps in our games, I think that's us almost working backwards. So I think just kind of like I said, with your communicating with knowing what you need personally to get better on, and then using the resources to get better.
Tanner, how much, you talked a bit about it, but how much feedback do you want as a player? Good and bad, I guess. How important is it for your development and the team's development when that's given to you?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. I think that, like I said, my first answer was I think communication is key. You don't want to know, if your coach had a bad sleep the night before, you don't want him to come in and be pissed off about that. But you got to be. If I'm a coach, I think I want to be as transparent as I can with my players, and yeah, that's it.